Tyler, what do we see?
Oh, man, it was fun. I love the confidence that they showed in their young quarterback. First play of the game, they're backed up. They're on their own 5 or 6 yard line. They go play action, and they let Drew Lock take a shot down the field. He was very aggressive the entire game. I love the tempo that he played with. He was really never in a spot where he was supposed to be throwing a 3-stepper, and he drifted into 4 or 5. That's when sacks happen. On his 5 steps, he was trying to get rid of the ball. When he gets to his 5th step, he has terrible footwork. I mean, absolutely terrible footwork. I can't tell you how many passes he threw with his feet literally like parallel to the line of scrimmage. It makes me nervous, but he's got an incredible gun. He's not afraid to take chances, is great off schedule. I guess I walked away from this game feeling like, okay, if he's going to be this aggressive all the time, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some 2 or 3 interception games because, hey, man, he's not afraid to throw it into a tight window. I do think that he needs to clean up his footwork, and I do think it's going to get him in trouble at some point in time. It's flat out bad.
All right, let me ask you this. Where does bad footwork come from?
Well, I guess just lazy mechanics, and probably in college just a QB coach that lets you get away with it because you were so athletically superior to anybody you played. You never really had to emphasize the mechanics of the game. And when I say that, I mean it mostly just concerns me. You're going to throw a bomb, and all of a sudden you're going to throw it 2 or 3 yards short because you didn't get your feet in the proper place and you didn't throw your hips into the pass, and all of a sudden you toss a lazy interception because you didn't get your feet in place. All that being said, man, I mean, hey, man, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the best footwork in the world by any means. Deshaun Watson doesn't have the best footwork in the world by any means. Quarterbacks nowadays, they're a little bit of an evolving beast. Overall, dude, I mean, just a really exciting game. I guess the thing that I walked away the most excited by, he never once put his offensive line in a bad position.
Interesting.
If he was going to get hit, that was the offensive line's fault. Drew Lock either got rid of the ball on time, or if he wasn't going to get rid of the ball on time, he scrambled around and he made some space so that he had time to deliver the ball.
All right, we've seen 2 starts because we're watching all 5 of his starts. So we saw in the Chargers game yesterday and the Texans game, first half great for both games.
Yeah.
Problems in the second half. Can you attribute that to anything?
Oh, I don't know what you attribute that towards directly. I mean, a team catches on, and I think the interception that he had there in the third quarter, he threw the interception to like the 1 yard line, basically. I think they were on like the 20, and he tossed the ball to the 1 yard line. That one was a little bit of a combination of just a bad read, throwing it into double coverage, and also poor mechanics. So I think these are things that are going to catch up to a young QB. And when you take shots like he does, the good plays could come in the first half. They could come in the second half. The bad plays might come in the first or the second. I don't really attribute it towards much.
Okay. Just little things, It's only a second start. What's crazy is nobody gave the Broncos a shot in this game. I mean, nobody.
I guess the thing that encouraged me the most is that he didn't just feel like he had to be an off-schedule QB to me. That's what I don't want out of my QB. I don't want a guy that is just he has to scramble around in order to make plays. No, I saw Drew Lock make plenty of passes from right there within the pocket.
Ran 3 times. How'd he look? And not playing, he just ran. How'd he look on those runs?
Effective, fine. Not the most athletic guy in the world. Athletic enough to pick up a first down.
If you need it, he can get it.
Yeah.
It's not a plan, but if you need it,
I'm not running zone read with him all day long, but I can run zone read with him if I want to.
Right. Could do something for you on short down yardage. Could take it into the end zone for you.
Probably not. I'm definitely not using him in short yardage.
You're not?
No.
6'5"?
No.
Healthy looking?
No, I mean, dude, he's not a powerful runner. Now, there's a difference between a powerful runner and just an athletic guy. He's just fast. He's just fast. He's not playing with like his feet or his momentum going forwards. He's just fast. He can get out of there. He's fast enough to get out.
How do you like how he distributed the ball to his receivers?
I love it. I love it. I mean, he was tossing the ball to everybody. Deshaun Hamilton got his.
Yep.
Tim Patrick got his.
Yep.
Noah Fant certainly got his in this game. You know what? There was another play that was really encouraging to me. It was a really silly play. Like nothing super fancy goes into it, but it was a little delayed tight end release where Drew Lock. It was a three-stepper. He has to hit the fake pump like he's throwing it out there to, I believe it was Tim Patrick out wide. Throws the pump, buys time, lets Noah Fant develop, and then he just has a little delayed release that went for 30 or 40 yards. And I love the way that he set up the play.
How'd you like his spirit? I mean, we saw in the first game we looked at, we saw the backpack thing. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
this
is Buzz Lightyear.
This is Buzz Lightyear. Talk to me about that element of his game. What you're noticing?
Hey, man, if you want to keep it all good, clean, and humorous, I'm all for it. You know, I don't need Baker Mayfield out there as my quarterback, but I haven't felt that from Drew Lock. I felt the guy that, his celebrations are like they're jestful, they're like in good clean spirit, and they're usually in celebration with his teammates in one way or another,
Right.
I definitely don't want Baker Mayfield back there, but so far so good. I could see it being something that I keep my eye on, though, I'll tell you that much.
Does it look like his teammates are with him?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you could tell that the guys rally behind him. You could tell just from the way they talk to him in the locker room, the way they talk to him in the tunnel before the game. They're on the sideline. Yeah, those guys like Drew Lock.
So we got some pretty positive reviews here for the first two games. Now we know what happens next week, and this is our Kansas City Chiefs week. So it ties in kind of nicely, and we'll have a What to Know Wednesday where we'll actually be Nick and Cecil that'll be doing that, and they'll be looking at that Chiefs game. But we'll take a peek at it, too, and be able to throw in our 2 cents on Thursday when we get back from the match.
He does feel so much like Jay Cutler, though, just by the way. I just got to get that in there.
Tell me? I'm sorry, what?
He does. He feels so much like Jay Cutler in the way he plays out there.
How?
With the sloppy footwork, with the cannon arm.
Wow.
There are times that I look at it, and I'm like, man, I could see Drew Lock getting himself in trouble for sure.
Wow. What moment did that hit you?
Just watching the sloppy mechanics.
That's it, huh? That's what you remember about Jay?
Yeah.
All right, let me go back to the mechanics for a second then. I will never forget the conversation I had with Brady Quinn, who was the backup to Tim Tebow. And it was obvious what I was asking Brady Quinn about. Because I just said, hey, Brady, when it comes to listen, just for you to know, you can say whatever you want about Brady Quinn as his career went, all that stuff. Okay, fine. But you have to understand something. In terms of mechanics and like the physical shape of Brady Quinn and how he looked, that dude was, he was amazing. He was the only quarterback I've ever seen in over 20 years of covering the NFL who would do left-handed dropbacks for asymmetrical balance for his body. It was stuff like that. So Brady Quinn did not have a great career as a player, but in terms of a coach or mechanics or whatever, I would trust Brady Quinn's opinion on that stuff, Tyler, as much as anybody that I've seen in the NFL for 20-something years.
Sure.
So when I asked Brady Quinn, I go, Brady, how long does it take to, how many reps would you have to take to fix a throwing motion? And it was obvious I was talking about Tebow. And he looked down at me because he's much taller and better looking than me. And he looked down at me and goes, thousands. What he was saying is it's impossible.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the NFL, forget it. You don't have the time to fix what you have when you brought to the NFL. My question to you is that the same in your opinion with footwork as well, or is there room to develop?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, certainly QB might know the answer to this better than I do, but changing your throwing motion, that sounds tough. That sounds incredibly tough. Yeah. Changing the way that you like drop your arm, you pick up your arm, shortening it all up. That's not really what I'm talking about. Drew Lock's got a very quick release. I don't have any issues with his throwing motion, although he does throw sidearm and he does do the modern age stuff every now and then. What I'm talking about is footwork. That's what I'm talking about. And to me, I wouldn't think that would be an impossible task to overcome. Okay. I mean, that just seems like something you need to mentally focus on. Like when I drop back, I need to make sure that my feet are where they're supposed to be. I don't need to change my throwing motion. I don't need to do anything radical, get rid of a C or, or shorten it up, do anything like that. I just need to make sure my feet are in the right place so that I'm getting the proper power on the ball every single time in a consistent manner. I don't know. That doesn't seem that impossible to me.